I would like to introduce to you this afternoon my father, my dad, my everything, Dr. Lennit Max.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand, rise, and receive the delegation. Can we give them a round of applause? So this evening, allow me to welcome all of you on behalf of the family, the Lennit's family, and Faye and Lennit Jr. And the next speaker is Mr. Kenya Africa, Mr. Keith Meyer, Mr. Masudoro.
Gaan voort om die omgee mens te wees wat jy is. Onthou net, as dit vir jy lyk, mense sien nie raak wat jy doen nie. Onthou net, as een God wat sien wat jy vir ons beteken.
It was Winston Churchill who said, "History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it." You have written a great history. A history that in this lifetime, very, very few will be able to equate and even match that. And that is why I'm very proud to stand here and say to you, well done, my friend. Because you are one of those people, no matter the circumstances, you don't deviate from telling the truth because you are not scared of the truth, but you're scared of the lies. When Lennit was given a moment to serve in government, he was not one of those people who was scared of the principles. And that principle, when Lennit said no to that principle, it was the day that that principle said, as long as I live, I will never allow you to lead. At least in that part. And I think that was a sad moment for this province and a very sad day for the people of this province, because we were robbed of a gentleman who was a kind of a human being we need in service of the poor, the working class and the downtrodden. Because Lennit Max understands the pain of being poor, but he understands the pain of having it all. But he remains the friend of the poor. And in South Africa, we have a serious problem with politicians who are not able to live and act out the values of humanity and the values of service, that is integrity, honesty, and accountability, and above all, transparency in government.
And my dear friend, Dr. Max, this evening we gather not just to honor his academic achievement, but also to celebrate the persistence, determination, and passion that have brought him to this extraordinary milestone, the conferment, Dr. Max, of your LLD degree.
Today, you stand here and you define that rule of your circumstances. As you said when we spoke, you will get up in the morning at 4 o'clock, would walk 30 kilometers to school and back. It shows the environment you came out of. You left school at 14 with a standard C certificate. You work as a laborer on farms and on South African railway. While still at the railway, you studied through then the Success College to improve your education. In 1980, Lennit joined the South African Police, and some of his colleagues are here, and quickly demonstrated his dedication and ability to rise through the ranks. Lennit became the youngest police officer of color in South Africa to have the rank of sergeant to lieutenant. Over these years, he progressed, and eventually, as it was mentioned, he became the commissioner, the provincial commissioner of the Western Cape in May 2003, and later joined politics, as some of his colleagues are here. Lennit obtained in the following qualifications: a National Diploma in Police Science, B.Proc, Law degree, LLB, Law degree, LLM, Masters of Law, CFE, High Certificate in Criminal Forensic and Investigation, and the latest one, LLD, Doctors of Law.
Your faith must be greater than your fear. One thing that I notice of Dr. Max is that his confidence is greater than his doubts. He reminded me of our I remember him applying to become the youngest provincial commissioner of the Western Cape at the time. He told me that during the interview, the National Commissioner of Subs, Commissioner 5, was asking, but Lennit, are you capable of handling and managing the Western Cape at such a young age? Yes, people, I'm talking about the Western Cape with all its gangsterism and the crime that one experienced in the Western Cape. I said to myself, when Lennit told me about this, I would never ever put myself in such a demanding position. But Dr. Max told me that he told Commissioner Fires, Commissioner, I'm right. Please speak to me. Dr. Max, like I said before, has always been a very confident person. He took quantum leaps in the leadership and subs to become the youngest provincial commissioner at the age of 38. And I can also say, also the best provincial commissioner in the country at the time.
The essence of the speech was based around the word believe, and believe means to accept that something is true, and the person that embodies this the most is my father. He embodies this fully and is the definition and person and picture I imagine when seeing this word. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you this afternoon my father, my dad, my everything, Dr. Lennit Max.
You see my glory, but you don't know my story. My story is not only an academic achievement, but one of profound resilience, strength, and an unwavering determination to defy the odds. It's a journey marked by hardship, sacrifice, and the powerful love of a father who placed his hopes and dreams on his children, even when life seemed to take everything from them. At just 9 years old, I faced the unimaginable, losing my mother. For a child, this loss is one that shapes the very essence of their being. There were no longer gentle arms to comfort me. No mother's voice to soothe my pain. Instead, I had to grow up quickly with a little time to grieve. I had 3 younger sisters who also needed care. Sari, Marilyn, and a baby who was still crawling, Monica. Now tonight, I am very fortunate to have my eldest and my younger sister with me. My life, the weight of our loss pressed heavily on our young hearts. My life on the farms in the Overberg region was a life of constant change, with our family moving around from one place to another as my father worked tirelessly, a jack of all trades. His labor included building projects and erecting fences on farms. He was a draadspanner. And in the absence of contract work, we did general farm work, and I witnessed it all. School was another constant challenge, with my 2 sisters and I walking long distances in harsh conditions. 30 kilometers to school, to Klipdale, and back home to Southampton. My feet grew calloused and my body weathered by the intense heat or cold. The sight of my so close during the rainy seasons, sitting through school hours without a dry stitch on me, is testimony to the hardships I and my siblings faced. But despite the struggles, my bond with them remained unshakable, as we shared even the smallest televisions I bought from the then so-called shop in Klipdale, and divided with precision, ensuring fairness. My father's dream for me, his last hope, became the driving force behind much of my journey. He prayed fervently, pleading to God, allow me, his youngest son of 5, to become the man he had always wished his sons to be. He told his peers, "Julle moet hierdie klomp van my doppel." And although life had different plans, I carried that weight on my shoulders. When I had to leave school at the tender age of 14 with a standard 6 grade 8 certificate, due to the harsh grip of poverty, the pain in my father's eyes was like a wound that cut him. His dreams seemed shattered. Now, as a fellow farm worker and grassfarmer, I was the one he believed would rise above this life. But I did not give up. I prayed for guidance, for a way out of the cycle of hardship. I took a bold step, applying for a job. As a laborer on the South African railways. The work was grueling and physically demanding, but it was a stepping stone to somewhere. The days were long, the heat of pressure, but I knew I couldn't let this be my destiny. I enrolled with Success College, seeking to better myself and to prove to my father and myself that there was more in me than survival. The day I joined the South African Police Force on the 16th of October 1980 was the turning point, though it came with its own set of challenges. As a young man without formal education that many of my colleagues had, I felt the weight of inferiority, but I was not a stranger to overcoming obstacles. I only passed the trip in 1983, and that was only the beginning. I rose with the ranks in a way that no one expected, becoming the youngest sergeant, the youngest warrant officer, the youngest lieutenant, and the youngest captain, the youngest major, the youngest lieutenant colonel, the youngest colonel, the youngest brigadier, the youngest major general, and the youngest lieutenant general in the country. That was, I had 11 ranks in the South African Police Service. I was, in December 1999, I was appointed at the age of 38, the youngest provincial commissioner in the history of the South African Police Service, and the first person of color to command the police in the Western Cape since the advent of democracy in 1994. In the police, I was known, well known, as a disciplinarian. Senior officers warned their colleagues about me. One officer told me that his colleague said to him, "Let me warn you according to justice rules, that Max doesn't take nonsense." It was true. Mr. Africa knows. If I called him, his stomach was just getting dry. Brigadier Keith knows. I take no notice. Not even from Jackie Seletti. At that time, my commander. I believe mutual respect. I believe if you took the oath to serve your country, you just do that. I am tolerant if somebody tried his or her incapable best and make a mistake. But once you're lazy or you've got a criminal attitude or behavior, I had a zero tolerance approach. The police were more than just a career for me. It was a calling. It was a vindication of everything I had fought for. And a triumph over the odds that life had stacked against me. But my story didn't stop there. Even as I climbed the ladder of success, and I didn't stop learning. And as my previous guest actually mentioned, I obtained the qualifications for the National Diploma of Police Science, a B.Proc degree, a LLB degree, a LLM degree, a higher certificate of forensic examination, and on the 12th of December 2024, the Doctors of Law degree in criminal justice. Achieving my Doctor of Laws LLD degree is a culmination of years of dedication, perseverance, and relentless pursuit of knowledge. My journey is an extraordinary testament to what one can achieve when one refuses to accept life's limitations. From the dusty roads of Southampton and Clipdale to the heights of leadership in the South African Police Service and a Doctor of Laws, I have turned my father's hopes into a reality. If you doubt God's existence, just look at my life, ladies and gentlemen. If my story doesn't convince you that there's a living God, you are doomed. All I have achieved was with the grace of God. My story is not just about overcoming hardship. It's about the love that drives us, the pain that shapes us, and the dreams that propel us forward. Even everything seems lost. It's about resilience, sacrifice, and the belief that no matter where you start, you can rise. My mantra is, if someone else can do it, I can do it too.
When only faith can allow you to do so.
Because I'm a senior. Wat regtig vir my ook in my studie baie gemotiveer het. Die persoon het 'n meestersgraad voor my gekry. Sy's baie vasberade. I heard the word resilience and confidence and hard work, but that is applicable to this person. Sharon, look,